I'm the geek editor for Varda magazine. This is a quick start to Star Wars Battlefront. The beta test has been happening this week. If you haven't already been a part of it, you have got very limited time to get involved because it's either due to finish today or tomorrow. I'm not quite sure. But just to let you know, we're just doing a series of video reviews because it's a little bit easier than writing up a full-length article on this on the subject. I'm being joined by Scott McMullen, one of the reviewers for Varda magazine. He's
Hey
been
there.
he's been asked to join because of the fact that he's more of an expert when it comes to online gaming. I only got into it recently with the purchase of a PS4 and Destiny as part of Amazon's Amazon Day deal. And he's also a better expert when it comes to Star Wars, having seen all of the films, whereas I've seen none of them. And yeah,
Even.
you keep saying that. I'm just I basically the reason being I saw all of like the cameos from like Simpsons, from Family Guy, you know, everyone's seen something Dark Side, and I saw all of that before I had an opportunity to see the films. So it's just I felt it kind of spoilt the story, and I'm much more of a plot whore than anything else. But anyway, as you can see from the
You
get-go,
know nothing, Jake Bastard.
I know. As you can see, you've got various options that are not available at the moment because obviously this is a beta test. We've already we've been discussing throughout play, and this, just for the record, this is our third attempt at doing this due to glitching problems. But there are, you know, going to obviously be loads of stuff available that when the full game comes about. But the beta testers provided useful feedback because it means what they've done, as opposed to having a handful of people beta testing, they've had the general public beta testing, which is quite handy. You've got two main modes of gameplay: multiplayer, which we'll come on to later, and missions, which we're going to attempt to do now. Now you can see that there are three different versions: training, battles, and survival. Only survival is available at the moment, and only on Tatooine, which apparently, Scott, you were saying that's Luke Skywalker's home planet?
Well, technically, yes. If you're familiar with the original series, this was the
I'm
planet
not.
that we first meet Luke Skywalker on. So it's a really, you know, as a starting point, it's a good place to go.
Okay.
So, other locations that were there, Endor and Hoth, also very familiar to people who
See,
watch the original trilogy.
I recognise Hoth.
Soliston, not so much, but
No.
that was in the expanded universe. So, but yeah, I mean, it's a good place to start and a good place for us to really get to grips with some of the mechanics of the game itself. So,
Well, that's the whole point behind missions anyway. That it kind of provides a training ground for how you play online anyway. But the thing is that the controls are very similar to a lot of other PvP games, like Destiny, like Borderlands. We've been playing that today. Right. Ooh, we've actually got it working. What a surprise. So
okay.
I'm. uh, Right, and what did I want to go for? I wanted to go for the E11 because I'm a fan of a sniper, and I'm going to go with the secondary because I like the shield option. Do you still want to do the reverse, or do you want to choose something else?
Oh no, I've selected the same as you, so we'll just jump in with those.
Alright.
Not my best landing.
I like that they've included a person of colour as the first actual person that you see. It's so unusual for video games that actually that it actually happens like that.
It's also, it could well be a nod to the trailer they released for Episode 7, or The Force Awakens. I'm not sure if they're doing the numbering anymore, but they did the same thing. They had a person of color actually be a stormtrooper and the first person you see,
Okay.
which is quite good. And
Who's that bloke in the top left?
that would be Admiral Akbar.
Oh, that's the
He's
one that...
most famous for the meme that was created around him where he said, "It's a trap."
Wasn't that based off of Sheldon in Big Bang Theory doing impressions of him? Didn't the meme come
No,
about
it
as a
was
result
based
of...
on him, I think. But anyway,
We're being
Anyway.
shot at by stormtroopers. As per usual, they can't shoot for shite.
well, they can't be too good. Oh, otherwise, how would they ever be defeated by a ragtag team of rebels? Let's be honest. That's
Oh,
the
you're going
problem
with
when it
belief.
comes to
You're going for
realism in
realness.
games. Everyone goes for realness. But anyway, as you can see, this is based around a wave system, which is quite familiar to anyone who plays these kinds of games. We are essentially taking on wave after wave.
Yeah, I'm still having a problem with the gravity on this. I've noticed that it's quite heavy, as opposed to games like Destiny, where they take place in outer space. They do add a little bit more jumpiness to the game. So I'm still
That
having
said,
problems
though,
with it.
all you have to do is tap R1 and you get a lot more jump for your money with a jetpack.
Oh, it's probably worth pointing out at
Sadly,
this stage. It's probably worth pointing out that the features that are available immediately from the get-go in the mission section actually aren't available in online play to start off with. Because that's something that shocked me and annoyed me, actually, somewhat.
Yeah, based on first impressions, it's based around multiplayer is different from missions as it's based on your individual gamer rank. So the rank that you build up in the game opens up new equipment. So the idea is for you to go into multiplayer and experience it and then become better at it, which gives you more rewards. Whereas here, we have a bit more access to things. But as you can see, one of the parts of this game is to also claim pods.
Again,
and,
another part of the online gaming experience. As
well,
are the
one of the maps,
ATS.
yeah.
ATs.
The wolf is.
You know I'm not really
Okay,
familiar with this.
It's fine. I'm just I've just attached myself to the pod, and we're going to defend this. But as you can see, this is
there he
another
is.
one of the ways, which is a giant mechanical machine. If you're a Star Wars lover, you will recognize him. He is an evil person. No one likes him. So we will kill him with fire and explosions.
Well, have you got your rocket launcher? Because I used mine. You might have seen it on people who are watching this. You might have seen the change in the way that this is the rocket launcher. It's an ion torpedo, and it's what I've used to take out a lot of his health.
Nice one.
Ooh.
But you can see that
there's upgrades over here available as well.
But you can also see that there's quite a lot of different weapons that you can use. The weapon I'm using right now is one that we picked at the beginning. So there is an element of strategy involved to picking the weapons that you feel most comfortable with and that you want to use.
Well, that's the thing. I usually feel more comfortable with a kind of sniper-based weapon because I like doing this, which is standing back and letting someone else get involved in the fray and just...
Usually me.
Yeah, usually you. To be fair, Scott is one of my regular gaming friends, and we have we kind of work well together because of the fact that we play in different ways.
Well, the good thing about that going through this game is the one thing that you notice playing it is it's fun.
Yeah.
It sounds silly, but that is one thing that a lot of games are actually forgetting these days, which is to put the fun in as well. I mean, let's be honest, how many times have we played a game where it's technically very good, the graphics are amazing, and
I mean, the graphics
you see here some
the graphics are
amazing
here.
Graphics.
It's gorgeous.
But
I mean,
sometimes they forget for it to be fun. So it's good that they've actually made that attempt.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
But then once again, this is only a beta, so it's hard to see on this how the rest of the game will play out. But it's a very good early positive.
Oh, the guy with the shield is back.
Yes.
I don't like
Eventually you'll learn the names of all these guys.
I know it's a stormtrooper.
In fairness, I've forgotten some of their names as well.
Oh god, I'm being shot at the rear end. I like this. I like the fact that they only take one shot to kill off. It's quite refreshing.
Well, this is something that you experience here. Is obviously a lot hard. It will become harder in the multiplayer because these are computer-generated characters, whereas in the game itself, in the multiplayer side, it will be more player versus player.
Yeah, and we all know how that works.
Again,
we'll get onto that obviously with the multiplayer options. This is just a quick run through of one of the missions that is available for the beta.
Oh, here he is, our friend.
Frenemy, at best. Yeah, there's a guy floating. I wish I could do that.
But no, as you can see, the graphics involved... Oh, I just got killed. That's
Yeah,
unfortunate.
that's unusual. Usually I'm the one that gets killed. Well, no, I tell a lie, it's really not. Where is the enemy?
But the point is that the graphics aren't just good, but they perfectly capture the very essence of the films, which is an impressive feat on its own. But the fact that they've actually created this much attention to detail makes it very impressive to play as a fan. Now that we finished, we can see briefly some of the stats. So, yeah, I managed 19 kills, and Jake managed 25.
Yeah, but then my gaming style is different to
shots.
yours. Like, I prefer to sit back and snipe, whereas you prefer to run in and go crazy with the auto rifles. So, you know, it's to be expected. But, you know, it's...
But obviously, the point of me pointing that out is that it's a good thing that if you're going to play with a friend, this is something that you can easily put towards being competition or rivalry. It gives you an indication of how you're doing in the game.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's quite a bit of information there that at the bottom.
I've got the Vader on the screen.
Which is more to do with the beta, but we're going to see that go away and possibly be replaced with more stuff when we get the game in its entirety, hopefully.
Okay, so apparently this is launching in North America on the 17th of November. Now, that doesn't really reflect when it's going to be hitting the stores in the UK, because as we all know, it's really kind of 6 of one, half a dozen the other as to whether or not it's going to be available in UK stores. What we can tell you is the information that we're going to be supplying in the body of the text, the article for this, which you'll obviously see. This is the end of the first video. Thank you very much for watching the missions. I hope you watch the other two videos where we will be going through the two online multiplayer versions as well. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.